Are you looking to improve your lawn this fall? Well, you have found the right video. Today we're going to be revealing the 2025 project lawn. Behind me, we are going to be renovating this lawn from start to finish, starting today. So if that sounds like a good idea to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, like this video, and leave a comment with any questions you have down below. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Those of you new here, my name is Wade Murray. I'm a lawn care enthusiast as well as I work in the industry, and today we're going to be revealing the 2025 project lawn. So without further ado, let's give a little bit of a backstory about this lawn, and then we're going to do a walk around and take a look at where it currently sits. Alright, so this is my neighbor across the street's lawn. I've mowed this lawn for probably coming up on 8 or 9 years now. This lawn I would compare to your average homeowner's lawn. It's about an acre of land total. The homeowner here, she works full-time, and you know, she's not really a huge yard work person, so she pays me to take care of the lawn. She used to have a lawn care company come and do weed killer and fertilizer, you know, a couple times a year. She pays people to come and take care of the gardens. So, you know, all in all, you know, other than pretty much the basic mowing and fertilizer a handful of times a year, that's pretty much all that this lawn has seen for quite a few years now. And a couple things here, it does get quite a bit of sun on this section here, so this section continues to dry out, as well as this. You know, the mowing here only happens about once a week, so in the springtime it can get quite overgrown between mows. I try to keep it under control for her, but I mean, she's also not looking to have a you know, a lawn as manicured as mine is across the street. So that's kind of what the backstory of this lawn is. You know, I would probably compare this to the average homeowner's lawn. You know, someone who works quite a bit during the week, you know, doesn't really necessarily have time or the want to be out here, you know, plucking away at the lawn every night, every free minute they have. But, you know, is looking for something decent and nice to look at out the window, something that's not going to break the bank. But, you know, every time you look out the window, every time you come out to play with the family or the dogs, you're not going to be, you know, your feet aren't going to be hurt because you're walking on thistles or anything else like that. So that's pretty much where this lawn is at. This lawn has come quite a long way since I originally started taking care of it. Sorry, we got acorns falling over here. There used to be quite a bit of weeds in here. As soon as she hired the lawn care company to come and start, they would do spraying and fertilizer 4 times a year. They pretty much took care of the weed problem to a certain extent. We still have a little bit of grassy weeds, quite a bit of crabgrass still mixed in here. But other than that, I mean, the lawn looks quite a bit better now than it used to back when I started originally taking care of it. So that's kind of where we're sitting at with this lawn here. So without further ado, let's do a quick walk around, and then we're going to talk about some of the issues we see here and how we're intending on addressing them. Alright, so I'm going to be intermixing some drone shots in here as well, but first of all, this is the main stage, or essentially the biggest part of her lawn here. Starts at the road here, kind of goes in and around these trees here, and then goes all the way down back there. So this is the portion of the lawn that gets the most amount of sun. This is the same direction as my house, so west is that way and east is that way. So as the sun rises and sets, it all shines on this portion of the lawn over here, which mainly leads to some of the patchiness you're seeing here. Not only that, there's this big oak tree, drops tons of acorns all over this every year. I mean, you can see that they've already started falling, and the acorns just create a mess. But I mean, even you can see how dry that is. So that this area here just got absolutely baked this summer. So this is normally an area where we have to do some work in the fall. It normally looks pretty good in the spring. If I have some pictures, I'll pop them up in here, but this normally doesn't look too bad. This year I started taking care of her lawn a bit more with fertilizer and stuff for her, but it was a bit later into the year, so I didn't get to do too much spraying. But as you can see, we do have a bit of a crabgrass issue in here, so we're going to be trying to see what we can do to take care of this. Again, for those of you who see kind of a similar crabgrass issue in your lawn, what I would recommend. The best way to fight crabgrass is going to be to have a thicker and healthier lawn to basically mitigate the crabgrass from becoming a bigger issue. So that's what we're going to be attempting to do here to prevent the crabgrass from filling in. So this area, basically the prescription to fix this is aeration, overseed, fertilizer, and a little bit more proper mowing. And we're going to see if we can get this area to come back to life by the time of the end of this fall. This area up here, this actually used to all be gardens until about a year ago. She had them removed, and we are going to be doing some sod probably, and maybe adding a little bit of gardens in here. So this is not getting seeded at the moment. This is going to be a later issue, probably addressed later in the fall. Now this area back here, similar issue, just because of the clear skies here, not a lot of shade. There's just the beating sun over here really takes a toll on the lawn. So as you can see here, you know, not much left. And I mean, there's no traffic in this lawn, so traffic really isn't an issue. It is just straight up pure sun. I mean, look, it's 9 o'clock in the morning right now, and this is already baking in the sun, and it's just going to get worse throughout the afternoon. So this is kind of what we're seeing here. I mean, we had a pretty hot summer, and it started to rain lately, which is why you're seeing a bit of the grass trying to recover in here. Once we get this aerated, overseeded, hit it with some fertilizer, and then we get a little bit of natural rain, this is really going to pop back up here. In the back here, this area, I mean, this is pretty good. I would be happy with this, you know, for the average homeowner residential lawn. I mean, it's a little thin in areas here. Mainly that's just because, you know, there hasn't really been any major renovations done over the years. About 6 or 7 years ago, I resodded this whole back area. So this is all fresh new sod, and that's why it probably looks the nicest. This is older grass. It's a fescue mix, quite a bit of fescue in the back here. So yeah, overseed this, aerate it, just try to thicken it up, kind of cull the herd a little bit, get some of the old cultivars out of here, put some newer stuff in, and really try to see if we can kind of rejuvenate this area of the lawn a bit here. So this is kind of the main stage. That's where we started up there on the street and worked our way down this way, just past this beautiful Century home. So basically, yeah, we started up there, worked our way down this way. Those were the kind of the big dead bald spots that we looked at a bit earlier, and this was the resod that we did about 5 years ago. Now over here, this is kind of the other side of the lawn here. So back here, this is where we resodded. It is still quite sparse, and that's mainly just because the cedar hedge here needs to be tamed back a little bit. Really hanging out here over the last couple of years, it started growing, and that's really just affecting the grass. It's too much shade here. And kind of over here, again, lots of fescue here. You know, not a horrible looking lawn, definitely healthy, just thin really. You know, a little bit of overseed, aeration should help thicken this lawn up and get it looking a lot more healthy. But this area, I mean, this is unirrigated, right? And we had a pretty dry summer here, and it's just started to bounce back. So it's starting to look pretty healthy and thick in here. And then same thing down here by the garage. This is kind of a low-lying area, so a lot of the water kind of drains towards here. So the grass here is always healthy. But yeah, this is kind of a low-lying area here. And again, we're just looking to kind of thicken it up. Some more thinning here. Thicken it up, make it healthier, and get it looking as good as we can. Finally, around the front of the house here. You know, this area used to be garden, was overseeded years ago. It's a little hard because of the amount of shade here between the house and this tree. But again, same thing, just doing some overseeding here, aerating, fertilizer, see what we can do to try to strengthen and thicken up this area of grass here. This area actually just got reseeded when the road got repaved this summer. And I mean, it's not looking too bad. Soil wise, I know we're working with some pretty good soil because it's the same soil as my house, is literally just over there. So we're not, you know, too concerned about what we got to work with up here. And then the final area is just down here by the road. So this is kind of just a little area by the road. In fact, they are supposed to do some work on this road, so this area is probably going to be torn out eventually. But same thing, you know, it looks pretty good. for what we're seeing, but we could probably do a little bit more just to thicken it up, make it look a little bit more healthy. There's some snowplow damage here from the winter time and stuff. We could probably do a little bit more, thicken it up, make it look a little bit more healthy, and all in all, more put together. So to me, this is the perfect example of 30% grass. As I always say on the channel, if your lawn is more than 30% grass, then there's definitely work you can do to revitalize it. I mean, this here, it looks pretty bare, but there is about 30% viable grass here. If you remove all the dead stuff and all the thatch, as I just did here, you can see there's some green stuff popping up in here. This is more than happy to recover from this summer stress. A little bit of seed on here, a little bit of fertilizer, and everything here should be fine. So coming up here on this project lawn, we are going to be doing a full fall renovation sponsored by the Grow Forge company. So thank you so much to Jason from Grow Forge for sponsoring this project. And the homeowners, thank you as well, Jason. Everybody appreciates getting a sponsored lawn renovation. So yeah, Jason's sponsoring this renovation here. We're going to be doing aeration and overseed on the whole lawn, as well as putting down some granular fertilizer and trying some liquid mix here coming into the fall as well. So that's the plan here. Stay tuned. Next week we'll be coming out with the renovation video. We're actually going to start right after I finish filming this video. We're going to be doing the aerating, the overseeding, and the fertilizer all at once. So if you're wondering how to do that, stay tuned for next week. That video is going to be coming out soon, or you can check out my video from last week where I talked about fall renovations and what the address is here. As far as maintenance wise, I'm going to continue to mow this lawn, so I know that my mowing's taken care of. As far as cultural practices goes, this lawn is not irrigated, and there's no intention for it to be irrigated. So this fall renovation is just going to be 100% irrigated by Mother Nature. That's perfectly fine. You know, I did irrigation or fall renovations when I worked for the lawn care company, and I mean, we always told people to water it, but nobody ever watered it. I can guarantee you that, because I would show up to cut their grass, and it was very dry. So, you know, irrigating by Mother Nature, perfectly fine. Your results might be delayed, or in essence, you might not see the results until you get some rain. It's been raining a decent bit here now in the last little bit, so definitely irrigated by Mother Nature is perfectly fine, and that's what's going to be happening here. So this is going to be a perfect test lawn to show you guys, you know, you don't have to be spending a ton on irrigation, you don't have to be spending a ton of time out here. You can get a lawn that's looking half decent, pretty easy, by putting down a couple applications a year and doing a little reno. So that's what's coming up here on the project lawn here across the street, and stay tuned because those videos are coming up here very soon. So as always, from the Great Creek North, my name is Wade Murray. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment down below or submit them to my website, greatcreeknorthlawncare.com. As well, please leave a comment down below thanking Grow Forge for sponsoring this project, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss the upcoming videos on this lawn care project. From the Great Creek North, my name is Wade Murray. As always, keep it green. When you got it like that.
You got it, yeah, yeah, you got it like that.